Okay. Hi, Chloe. So I decided to make a little video to help you learn how to use 25 Live. That's the reservations equipment that you're going to be using when you're scheduling seminars. So you do have to have a special login, and I think you have to go through training for it. So just ask Joey, and he'll point you to the direction of who you should contact because he knows everything. And then you're going to go to 25live.collegenet.com/Creighton/ yada, yada, yada. If you usually just type in 25live.collegenet.com/Creighton, that'll take you to where you want to go. It's also located on the Creighton's website if you lose it. And then when you get to a front page, it'll ask you to log in. And then once you're logged in, you're going to see this page. You don't really have to pay attention to the calendar. What you want to do is go to Event Wizard, which is right here. So like it says, you can't do it 4 days, like from 4 days to the day beforehand. So you need to do it at least a week before the event. But you can go up to 365 days. So you can go a whole year from now. So I would recommend getting these things done before you even leave. Just reserve all of the rooms that you possibly can every Tuesday of next semester for the fall semester, so you have it all together. So I'm just going to walk you through what this looks like to make this. So you go to Event Wizard, and it's going to come up with a new one. So what I usually did for event name is FLP Seminar, and then I would do the date, just so I could keep track of which reservation was for what day. And then for event type, it's Student Organization Meeting. And then for the organization, it's the Freshman Leadership Program, obviously. And then you hit next and you keep going. I always did the expected head count to be about 95, just to account for the 60 freshmen, 20 mentors, and then about 10, 12, 15 execs, just kind of depending on the day. And then event description, I would usually just say, no, it's not typing. Here we go. I would just say FLP seminar, and then something, something, something. You don't really have to go into detail about it. They don't really care that much. And then you're going to select this is not, like it only happens once. Even though you do have a seminar every Tuesday, it's not going to be a repeating event because it's going to change. So let's say I was making one for next Tuesday. I would leave the reservation to start at 6 p.m. and then I would have it run all the way till 9 p.m. Just so you have a good amount of time before seminar starts, all the way to when seminar ends. And then because you have such a long, like a large gap, you can just leave these at no, because it doesn't really change anything. And then I'm gonna see super quick if my mic is on. Oh no, okay. For a second, I thought I wasn't showing anything. Okay, so then go location name. I would usually, your best hope is to go for the Scott Ballroom. That's what you want. But sometimes that's not always available, so you can do Scott 104 or 105. Those are on the second floor. If it has this little symbol, it means there's a conflict and you can't use it. The check mark means it's fine. Kind of means you can't schedule it for whatever reason, and that's usually because it's something on the back end, like a big faculty thing. What I would usually do is East Ballroom, or like the Scott Ballroom East, because that's where we would usually have seminar. It's easily set up with a projector and a screen. But because that's not available at the moment, we are going to see if anything is open. But it is not. So something like this happens. Go over to Harper, and then it'll come up with open times. See, everything is pretty busy, but we're going to pretend like Harper 3026 is open. I would usually do Harper 3028 or 3023. And then you look over here at layout, because it's a boardroom, it's only going to have boardroom as an option. But with the Scut Ballroom, you'll have different options of how it can be set up. Always click custom. And then it's going to have this, it'll say setup, and I would probably have it as, the way I did it was 10 rows of 10, just so that there'd be 100 chairs and we'd be sure that everyone had one. And then there's another option that'll say AV, so it'll look like this. That's where you put microphone, laptop, projector, screen, things like that. You have to make sure you have all of those listed, or you won't get it. And then you have to kind of work around not having a microphone or something like that. And then attendance, you'd put whatever amount. Sometimes you can get away without putting it in there at all. Sometimes you can't, but that's fine. And then you keep going. And then this is usually things like food or something like that. It'll ask you questions. Usually the answer is no. Here, this would be your name. You don't have to change anything on this. You can add your contact for event scheduler as well, but that doesn't really matter. And then next page, this one, you just put no for all of these except for certain events like the Jesuit dinner or the end of year banquet, things like that. You will put yes for food, but those are things that are handled by other people. So like the Jesuit dinner is the mentor exec's job. So they handle food and reservations and things like that. Well, not reservations. You'll take the room, but they get the food and all those things. They work with the Jesuits to cover the food and how they're going to pay for it and stuff. And then event comments, you don't really have to put anything. It's nothing special unless you have specific setup requests that you want. And then I'm not going to hit next after this, but because once you hit next, it'll ask you to submit. So that's basically how you do it. It's really simple. I highly recommend just sitting down and doing it all really quick and fast-paced and just getting it all done. So if you finish the first semester before you even leave in May, and then you can kind of get on a roll and then get second semester done. By the end of October, beginning of November, you'll be set, just because these rooms do kind of start to fill up really fast. So that's what you want to do. So I'll close without saving, but you would just hit next and it would say submit, and it would go through, and then you get an email probably the next day telling you whether or not it's been approved or whether or not they have questions. But yeah, that's it, and I hope this helps. Let me know if you have any questions.